Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson just announced he signed an executive order creating ICE-free zones to ban ICE agents from city property. This is sick. He is aiding and abetting criminal illegal immigrant killers, rapists, traffickers, and gangbangers. Not just that, but he also said that the right wing wants a rematch of the Civil War.
Today, we are signing an executive order aimed at reining in this out-of-control administration. The order establishes ICE-free zones. That means that city property and unwilling private businesses will no longer serve as staging grounds for these raids. And today, we are signing an executive order.
Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You don't have the authority to do that. You do not have the authority to do that. He's actively breaking the law, and he should be arrested. Unironically, he should be arrested. The Chicago mayor should be arrested for insurrection. Absolutely. Let's see. What else did he say? I had other video of him. Where is it? No, not that one. There was another video. Oh, here it is. Have this from Libs at TikTok. Thank you, Libs at TikTok. You also have this from the Chicago mayor.
I said very candidly that the right wing in this country wants a rematch of the Civil War.
No, we don't. No, we don't. You do. You people do. We don't. The right isn't getting violent. Did any businesses have to board up after Charlie Kirk was literally fucking assassinated? Did any businesses have to board up and be concerned about riots and dangerous agitators? No. The only thing they had to worry about was people coming to the memorial sites and vandalizing them. So we get literally attacked. We get one of the figureheads of our movement assassinated, and we don't riot. We don't even march in the street. We don't do any of that. We have peaceful memorials that we then have to defend from these people further. We are not the same. We are not the same. One side wants the Civil War, and we on the right are actively saying, please, for the love of God, don't make us do this. Do not make us do this. And a lot of us are at that point where it's time. It really is time, because they are actively waging one against us.
I want that to sit in right now, because the President of the United States of America has declared war on the people of Chicago and people across America.
That's right.
He's more interested in giving billions of dollars to other nations.
Yeah, what people? What people is he waging a war against? Oh, you mean the criminals? Oh, you mean the illegal immigrants that you guys aren't handling? You're actively defying law and order, and then you want to sit there and say that he's the one not for law and order? It's just ironic. Hypocritical.
While farmers in urban cities around this country are literally being destabilized. And so...
Why are they being destabilized? Oh, is it because they're employing illegals?
Whether it's the legal system, whether it's through executive order, or whether it's through the brave women and men who are serving as rapid responders. We literally have people who are volunteering in this city, on the southwest side, the northwest side, all over this city, to make sure that we're protecting children from being separated from their families.
I absolutely hate that talking point from Democrats. We're not separating anyone from their children. The parents get to make that choice. If the parents choose to allow their child to stay in the United States, that's not our fault. That's absolutely not our fault. They need to go home. No more of these anchor baby shit. They need to go home. Now, if they choose to allow their child to stay here, I don't recommend that. I do not want your child in our federal, what is it? I don't want them in the adoption system. I don't want them in the foster care system. I don't want them in any of those systems. I'd rather them go with their freaking family. But that's up to the family. That's entirely up to the family's decision. If they choose to hide their children and then they get picked up by ICE, it is not incumbent upon ICE to go and find their children and send them with them. That's entirely their fault.
And we're talking about volunteers who are literally putting
volunteers that aren't citizens, I assume, the way he's talking.
Themselves at risk of being shot and killed by the federal government. And so whether it's the legal system,
if you attack federal agents with a car or another deadly weapon, you should be shot. So yes, you should fear being shot because you are actively attacking these agents. If you're not attacking these agents, you have nothing to fear.
Whether it's our continuous struggle for liberation through organizing, and whether it's through executive action or whether it's through law, it would be nice if we actually had lawmakers in Washington that would actually hold this president accountable. And if they won't do it, then the city of Chicago will, using every single tool that's available to us.
Yeah, except you don't have those tools available to you, do you dumbass? Absolutely, that this is an insurrection. This is active rebellion against the United States government. And at what point do we sit here and say that these people need to be arrested? These people absolutely need to be arrested. Chicago mayor. Let's see. What other articles? I feel like there was more to talk about with him. Let's see. Yeah, so the ice-free zone, they don't have the authority to do that. They do not have the authority to do that. Let's see. And then the Texas National Guard is being sent to Illinois, I believe. So here, let me see if I can pull that story up. This National Guard. Oh, wait, here. I should just pull up the thing from here. That'll be funnier. Let's do that. Let's go to Greg Abbott. Greg Abbott. Where is Greg Abbott? Wait. I don't see the... okay, is this Greg Abbott? There we go. Okay, let's go down here, pull this back up. All right, so you have this from J.B. Pritzker, governor of Illinois. This evening, President Trump is ordering 400 members of the Texas National Guard for deployment to Illinois, Oregon, and other locations within the United States. No officials from the federal government called me directly to discuss or coordinate. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. That's just BS. That's a lie. And we know that's a lie because you've made repeated statements defying the president. We must now start calling this what it is. Trump's invasion. Look at the rhetoric that they share, guys. This is the rhetoric that they share. And then they want to sit there and say that we want the Civil War. We don't want a Civil War, but you're saying that the federal government is invading your state. We're not invading your state. We're coming to enforce the laws that you won't. It started with federal agents. It will soon include deploying federalized members of the Illinois National Guard against our wishes, and it will now involve sending in another state's military troops. I call on Governor Abbott to immediately withdraw any support for this decision and refuse to coordinate. There is no reason a president should send military troops into a sovereign state without their knowledge, consent, or cooperation. You had knowledge of this. You know what's going on there. The law is not being upheld. You know this. You're just being willfully ignorant. Or playing ignorant, I should say. You're playing dumb. No, he does not need your consent. Your consent has nothing to do with this. Federal law overrules anything that you have to say. If you're not upholding your state's law, the federal government is allowed to come in and step in and enforce those laws. That's absolute. We don't need your consent for that. Nor do we need your cooperation. Your cooperation would be appreciated, but if you're not going to cooperate, they need to go in anyway. The brave men and women who serve in our National Guard must not be used as political props. They're not being used as political props. They're going in to enforce laws that you won't. This is a moment where every American must speak up and help stop this madness. Why would they discuss this with you so you can obstruct? Yeah, exactly. So you can obstruct. They're not going to sit there and make plans with you, dude, while you sit there and say you're actively going to defy them every step of the way. Why would they discuss their plans with you if you're actively going against them? Oh, Governor Abbott, won't you please think of the children? Well, this is what Governor Abbott had to say. Let's see. I fully authorize the president to call up 400 members of the Texas National Guard to ensure safety for federal officials. You can either fully enforce protection for federal employees or get out of the way and let Texas Guard do it. No guard can match the training, skill, and expertise of the Texas National Guard. They defend our country with pride. America must also now know that Texas still has thousands of National Guard assisting with border security. Yeah, this is not going to go well. What is this? The president can deploy the National Guard to suppress insurrections, rebellions, or to enforce federal law if a state is unable or unwilling to maintain order. Look at this Insurrection Act. Literally in the Insurrection Act that the Democrats have been referencing. How long they were referencing it the last 4 years because of January 6th. Oh, what's this? Insurrection Act 10 USC Code 25 through 251 to 255. What is this? The president can deploy the National Guard to suppress insurrections, rebellions, or to enforce federal laws if a state is unable or unwilling to maintain order. Yes. Yes, 1,000 times yes. That is the duty that is within the authority of the federal government to go and make sure that you are upholding the laws as they're written. And if you're not going to do so, get the hell out of our way. They'll make sure it gets done. If you don't want to do it, they will. That's how it goes. You guys saying in the chat, thank God for conservative states. Yeah, seriously. I brought compliant mags specifically if I have to go to Chicago. Well, there you go. Yeah, if you're gonna go to any of these blue states, any of these blue cities, be careful. Always avoid a fight. If you can avoid a fight, that's you winning the fight. But if you can't avoid the fight, then ruthlessly and unapologetically defend yourself by any means necessary. Avoid the fight at all cost. But if you can't avoid the fight, win the fight. That's what I say.